G'day Year 7s and welcome again to our second to last, I think it might be, video tutorial for chapter 11, looking at all different types of measurement, and today we are looking at capacity, which is exercise 11I. Okay, 11I, capacity. So capacity relates to volume. So we did volume in the last little section, last video tutorial. So this relates to volume because volume and capacity sort of relate to everything. So it's when you have a container, it can have a certain capacity or volume of liquid or gas or something that the container can actually hold. All right, and as that says here, capacity relates to the volume of fluid or gas that a container can hold. So for example, the capacity of a water tank may be 5,000 litres, or a farmer's water allocation might be 300 megalitres, meaning 300 million litres. Okay, the basic unit is the litre, okay, which contains 1,000 cubic centimetres of space. Okay, and we will look at sort of that little conversion or that relationship very shortly in our second little page here. All right, so now the basic unit is litre, which is 1,000, and that's really important to know. So 1,000 cubic centimetres. All right. Now, how many millilitres in a litre? All right, hopefully you say 1,000. Okay, so if there's 1,000 millilitres in a litre, that also equals 1,000 cubic centimetres. All right, so you can say that 1 mil equals 1 cubic centimetre. And again, we get that in a minute. All right, other metric units for capacity include millilitre, kilolitre, and megalitre. All right, and there's a clear link, obviously, as you can see, between capacity and volume, as they both relate to space occupied by a three-dimensional object. So the key ideas, and this is stuff you need to write down. Capacity is the volume of fluid or gas that an object can hold. Common metric units include 1 litre, which is also 1,000 millilitres, 1 kilolitre, which is 1,000 litres, and 1 megalitre, which is 1,000 kilolitres. All right, so know that those conversions and how many is in within each of those, and this needs to go into your books and onto your help sheet in particular, conversion. And the conversion is actually easy, from millilitres, if we're going this way, millilitres to litres to kilolitres to megalitres. Okay, and what do? Going from smaller to larger, we're dividing by 1,000. If you're going from larger down to smaller, you're multiplying by 1,000. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you're converting from, whether it's megalitres to kilolitres or litres to millilitres, you're either multiplying or dividing by 1,000 each time. So it makes it really easy. Relating volume and capacity, so that needs to please go into your workbooks. All right, this information probably should go in as well, but this in particular onto your workbooks and also into your help sheet. That is the important information. As I said before, 1 cubic centimetre equals 1 millilitre. 1 cubic centimetre. Okay, so if you can think along those lines, so 1,000 litres, 1 cubic metre equals 1,000 litres, and 1,000 litres, as it says up here, is also 1 kilolitre. Okay, all right, so if you can get this one in particular, 1 cubic centimetre equals 1 millilitre, so for every mil it's 1 cubic centimetre. Understanding that and knowing that is really, really handy. Okay, let's get to some examples, because that's the main information you need to know. All right, so this hopefully will be a very quick video. Convert the units as shown in brackets. So we're going from millilitres to litres. Okay, so we do the same thing. So I'm going to write my 500 mil here, and to change that, okay, millilitres to litres. So we have a look at our little diagram here. Millilitres to litres. So going this way, I've got to divide by 1,000. Okay, so I've got my 500, my decimal point's at the end there, and I've got to divide that by 1,000. So which way does my decimal point move? Right or left? Hopefully you said, well, when you're dividing, Mr. O'Donnell, we've got to go to the left, so we're going to move our decimal point that way, and we've got 3 zeros, so that's how many times we move it. So we move it 1, 2, 3 spots, so my decimal point is now in front of the 5. Okay, 0.50 litres. All right, and what is 500 mils? Well, it's half a litre, isn't it? So 0.5 of a litre. So I know I've got that one right. Okay, so it's the same thing that we've done previously when you're converting units, the same sort of process, same sort of method, but the conversion chart that we're using is a little bit different because it's not like with the measurements going from multiplying by 10, then multiplying by 100, then multiplying by 1,000. Here it's just multiplying 1,000. Whichever way you go, whichever one you're converting from and to, it's multiplying by 1,000. Okay, really easy. So this one we're going to go from 3 megalitres into litres. So I've got 3 megalitres and we're going to litres. I'm going this way, so I've got to multiply this guy by 1,000. Okay, so 3, there's my decimal point there, and I'm multiplying, so 3.0 megalitres, multiplying it by 1,000 litres. All right, so I'll just put the L there so I know that's what I'm converting to. So I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to put my 3 there and my 0.0. I'm moving this time because I'm multiplying. I'm moving it to the left this time. Well, I know. Yes, hopefully you pulled me up on that one. I'm not moving it to the left. I'm multiplying it, so I'm moving it to the right. I made that error deliberately. Okay, so I'm moving it to the right and I'm moving it 3 spots. So there is 1, there is 2, there is 3. This is where my decimal point goes. I've got some empty spaces. What do? Put in my zeros in those empty spaces. Then on my last bit, equals, write this accurately and completely. I have 3,000 litres. So 3 megalitres, that's not mils. This is how you write mils, little m, big L. Big M, big L means megalitres. Okay, multiplying it by 1,000 to change it using my conversion chart here. And move my decimal point 3 spots, number of zeros to the right, 3,000 litres. Really easy. Okay, next little example. Find the capacity of this container in litres. Okay, so we've got to find the capacity of this container in litres. How do we go about that? I'll try and say that again. How do we go about that? What's the first thing we can do? Because you can't actually find the capacity of it at the moment, can we? We can't actually say, well, it holds 1,000 litres. So what do you have to do first? There's a hint. Yeah, okay, we've got to find our volume, okay? Length by width by height first. So we've got to find our volume first, okay? So now these little lines here and here tell me that that is also 10 centimetres, the height of this container. All right, so I've got my length, which is 20 centimetres. I've got my width, which is 10 centimetres, and I've got my height, which is also 10 centimetres. Okay, so 20 times 10 gives me 200 multiplied by 10. 200 multiplied by 10 gives me 2,000 cubic centimetres. Okay, now if we're going to then change this into a capacity, so how many litres or, capacity, if I can spell correctly. If we're going to change this into litres or megalitres or whatnot, now look what we've got. We've got 2,000 cubic centimetres. So let's go back to this page for a minute. Okay, 1 cubic centimetre equals 1 mil. So if I've got, okay, 1 cubic centimetre equals 1 mil. So if I've got 2,000 cubic centimetres, how many mils have I got? Hopefully you said, well, that works out. If it's equivalent, 1 mil to 1 cubic centimetre, I should have 2,000 millilitres. Okay, so 1 cubic centimetre, 1 millilitre. So if I've got 2,000, I've got 2,000 mil. And if I've got 2,000 mil, then that's not wrong having it that way. Can I convert it to something where the number's a bit smaller? What's 2,000 mil worth? 2 litres. All right, and I could convert that if I wanted to. What am I going? Mils to litres. I've got to divide by 1,000. Let's do it. Why not? So I'm going to divide this guy by 1,000. So I'm moving my decimal point, which is at the end here. 3 spots. Dividing to the left. 1, 2, 3. 2 litres. Okay. So multiplying by 1,000 because in litres, so I know I'm changing that to litres. And there we go. Okay. So if you've got a container like this and you're asked to find the capacity of it in litres, all right, and it says there in litres, so we had to put it in litres. Like I said, that's not wrong, okay, but the question does ask you to write it in litres, so we're going to make sure we read that question. So we've got to make sure we convert this millilitres into litres, which we have done down there, okay. So yeah, first thing you got to do is actually find the volume. Once you've found the volume, then you can convert it into a capacity in litres or megalitres or millilitres or whatever it's asking you to do. Okay, that is all. That's all I need to show you. All right, so really important you understand that. Really important that you understand that conversion. For every cubic centimetre you have 1 milliliter, and then understanding how you convert different measures in terms of milliliters, litres and kiloliters, megaliters, how to convert between them. You're all good. So make sure you get that information on. Relook at the video if you missed anything or are a little bit unsure. But yeah, that's basically it. All right. Hopefully that made sense. Come and see me. Talk to me if it doesn't. Make sure you continue to practice. Add this stuff to your help sheet. The test is, it's nearly there. We're nearly there at the test time. So you've got to make sure you're doing revision all the time. Keep on top of everything we've done, and let's see some good results. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.